Today I'm going to show you how to use our cross-stitch finishing templates. The first thing you'll notice is that they come in two different sets of protective coverings that we'll need to remove prior to using. We put these protective coverings on so when we are shipping them, they are safe and sound. So you'll remove the plastic first, then you'll see that I'm removing the paper covering next. You can simply pull those back one by one, or you can go ahead on and just quickly remove them from the edges and go from there. Once they're removed, they'll look perfect like this, nice, clear, and see-through, and you can see where we've etched in the numbers. Next, you're going to grab your piece that you're going to finish. Here I'm finishing the 1776 by Primrose Cottage. You'll want to look and see if you can find the center point of your stitch. You can do that on the pattern, or you can eyeball it. Either one works. As you can see right here, I have gotten our center and I am just placing the guides over it so that I can get an idea. Right there I'm at 3 inches. I still haven't gotten to the edge completely of where my stitching ended, so I'm going to go ahead on and cut mine at the next section, which is the 3.5, so you can easily see straight through these to guide you on where you want to do your stitching. Obviously you could do it thicker if you wanted a thicker border of the fabric. It's completely up to you. Now that I've gotten that idea, I'm going to go ahead on and grab my sticky board, and I'm going to take my template and I'm going to mark out that 3.5 where I am going to cut my sticky board to finish my pattern. I'm lining up right on the edges of it, and then in just a second you'll see that I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to mark these out. I just want to make sure everything is lined up straight first. I've got one of the big pencils right here that is the best for using when you're marking. The first thing I do is that I go around and I mark that first hole. I'm going to go and then I will draw my line straight through there. I'll mark my second hole. Apparently I'm fixing my light really quick. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so there I've marked my first hole. I'm going to go ahead on and draw through there. I think I'm still fixing the light on my camera. I am. Okay, so I'm drawing those lines, marking that hole again, drawing the next set of lines, sorry. Marking my third hole, drawing the next set of lines in the template, fourth hole, drawing those lines again, and then I'm going to mark that center hole right there in the middle just to give you an idea of right where the center is, and I'm just showing it right there so that you'll mark that in just a second. So there's that center marking, and there we go. So once you've done that, you'll go ahead on and remove the template from there, and now you're ready to go ahead on and cut out. Again, there's the center. If you want to stick around after the end of this, I am going to quickly show you how I use that. So I'm going to go ahead on and cut this out, just going straight along those edges. And if you're a little off on it, that's okay. You just want to stick as close to the lines as you can. Those circles that we marked in there give you a good idea of eyeballing while you're cutting over it, just in case you lose the line on your scissors. With your scissors, then you can still see the ball right there in the middle. I'm going to keep cutting right through that. And then if I remember correctly, I've got a little right here that I just need to trim off. So we're going to finish cutting right there, pull that off. And then I'm just going to trim that little bit of the edge. I try to use as much of my sticky board as I can. I don't like to leave big gaps, so I tried to move it as close to the edge as possible when I first used this one instead of going, like right in the middle of the sticky board. All right, we're done. We've got the exact center right there. So you'll see right here, I'm going to go ahead on and grab my piece, and you are ready to go ahead on and use the sticky board. So if you're ready, that's it in terms of using those to set them up for the right size of cutting. Now, one of the tricks that I do, you don't have to follow this one, but if you get a pin, you can go ahead on and take that pin and set it right into the middle of your sticky board. Just push it right on through. You'll see where I've pushed it through in just a second. So there's our center again. And this just basically helps you to align, there's that center right there. This just helps you to align your piece when you're doing your finishing with that pin and then where the sticky board is. So one of the things I do, like I was telling you guys, I like to find my center stitch. and what would be the exact center of my piece so that I can use that pin to set everything up correctly like I've done right here. I've just used my template again. You don't have to use the template. I just find it easier when putting everything together. I've used my template to hold, then I've set that center stitch directly into the template, and then I would take that pre-peeled sticky board, push it straight down in that hole, and then everything would be set. I hope you enjoy using your finishing templates, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. All right, have fun finishing and happy stitching.